Hello, welcome back.
This is your army. The highlighted area represents the extent to which this army can move this turn. Right-click within this area to move your army to that location. You have entered a unit into the recruitment queue. A message box will inform you when this unit is ready to use. The number in the hourglass indicates how many turns remain before completion. New units have been recruited. Left-click to select Jamestown.
Building constructed. Peasant Farms, Virginia. Location: Woodstock Farmland, Virginia. The basis of all agriculture is the humble peasant, laboring in the field to bring in his master's crops or to keep his master's animals alive. Day-to-day life for a peasant farmer has barely changed in 1,000 years. It is short. It is a short, hard life of abject poverty, and backbreaking labor. He can expect nothing better than to work and die in the same village, tilling the same fields, his life bounded by the same horizon. Peasant farms are not terribly efficient. The landowners have little interest in anything beyond their rents and tithes. The problem, the problem for them is that peasant economies are, by their very nature, cash poor, and most income is in kind, and there is a limit to where you can spend a goat. Historically, Historically, life for a peasant was pretty much the same all over the world. Work from dawn to dusk. In Russia, the peasants were serfs tied to the land and the property of the landowner as much as any cow or goat. In India, peasants were castes locked into their social position by hallowed custom. The system eventually broke down in Western Europe thanks to industrialization needing a constant supply of workers and changes in land usage. Mission issued. Construct building. Congratulations, you have successfully completed this mission and have reaped the well-deserved rewards. May your inspired leadership endure, and may you enjoy further success as you lead your people to greatness. Reward: treasure plus 500. New port emerges. Yorktown, Virginia. As trade has expanded in this region, this fishing village has grown into a new port. Mission issued. Construct building. A mission has been issued. It is the general consensus that the task stipulated here should be achieved for the good of the nation. Objective: fishery. Description: taking advantage of the bounty of the oceans will help to sustain your growing population. Building a fishery on the eastern coast will improve the region's food supply and prepare your people for expansion into northern territories. Reward unlocked chapter 2.
There is often a choice of building types to construct in a resource slot. You can only follow one of these building chains. Once you have constructed the base building, subsequent upgrade options will only be available from the same chain.
Small tobacco plantation. 15 barrels of tobacco produced each turn. A plantation is an estate carved from the virgin forests of a new territory for growing one cash crop for export to the home market. There are tremendous profits to be made in growing crops to satisfy the demand for luxury goods in Europe and elsewhere. There are also tremendous risks. Crops may fail, slaves may revolt, and, once a cargo is gathered, the ships carrying it may sink. Carrying it home may sink. Plantations are labor intensive, especially during harvest time. They would not necessarily be profitable without indentured or slave labor. Slaves are self-explanatory, but indentured labor was the result of the European taste for transport for transport for transporting convicted felons to their colonies. Once a criminal arrived, several years of forced or cheap labor would be imposed on him or her, and his indenture could be traded to a plantation owner. It was possible to buy out an indenture and become free, an option that was rarely available to slaves. Originally, the English word plantation was used to refer to any colony planted in a new location. Even the Scottish settlers in Ulster were a plantation. There was no implication of farming on cash crop. Fishery: 0.3% to population growth, plus 200 to region wealth. No one can afford to ignore a plentiful, cheap source of food Inshore fishing can bring in good catches. A local fisher, however, only takes fish from the waters nearby, and most fishermen use small workboats, thus limiting the overall size of the catch. There's always a surplus that can be sent inland to supplement local food supply. While catches can be seasonal, as the fish come and go according to the tides and currents, it is rare for the catch to fail completely. Fishing is a dangerous activity. Each year, the sea claims its share of the fishing fleet and the lives of many men. Historically, fish was an important food staple all around the world. There are religious prescriptions that encourage the eating of fish, such as the Catholic requirement not to eat flesh on a Friday. Islamic jurisprudence sees fish with scales as halal, while some authorities hold that shelled sea creatures are haram, forbidden. Given the bottom-dwelling nature of mussels, clams, and so on, and the inherent risk of food poisoning if they are improperly stored or cooked, this is a sensible precaution. And this is the same. We know. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do cotton, not tobacco. We're gonna be smoke free. Yeah. Not sure if the plantation helps in this campaign though. It's really good with the trade. I think it should be. We know, especially if you have trade notes and all that. No, yeah. Ready? Yeah. Mission successful. Construct building. Congratulations, you have successfully completed this mission and have reaped the well-deserved rewards. May your inspired leadership endure, and may you enjoy the further success as you lead your people to greatness. Reward unlocked Chapter 2.
Oh, you have successfully built a peasant farm and local fishery in the Jamestown region. Jamestown should now grow and prosper, so it's time to deal with the threat from local native tribes. Your next compulsory mission is to capture the village of Werowokomoko, deep into unknown territory to the northeast.
Mission issued. Capture city. We read that in mission thing before. We know. Objective Werowokomoko. Yeah. Description: to the northeast lies the Native American stronghold of Werowokomoko. In order to expand your holdings in Virginia, the threat from this native settlement must be extinguished. Attacks on Jamestown and its farmstead should cease. Conquer Werowokomoko in the name of the king. The settlement was home to the powerful Princess Pocahontas, a woman renowned for preventing the execution of Captain John Smith. Reward unlocked Chapter 3.
More orders?
Oh, they look correct this time. There was a time when they looked like 18th century troops. We move. Also, we move, yeah.
Make ready!
Ah,
Anything
they
more?
do. Oh, too bad, dude. I know. Nah, shush. I know.
Your Majesty. Ready and waiting for orders.
That's it. I'll take a break first. See you.